Halo teman-teman semua, kenalkan nama saya Daffa Nurjaman dengan NIM 12280100046. Jadi saya akan menjelaskan mengenai tentang pasar market in a subtle approach, yang dimana harapannya setelah teman-teman melihat dan mendengarkan video ini, teman-teman dapat meningkatkan pemahaman teman-teman mengenai tentang financial literature, salah satunya mengenai tentang capital market ini. Dan video ini pun menjadi salah satu syarat sebagai tugas dalam mata kuliah kebijakan lembaga keuangan syariah pilihan B yang diampu oleh Bapak Khaerul Umam. Perhaps let's get started. Knowing the capital market, a community guide. So this model is designed to empower community members with foundational knowledge about the capital market, transforming complex financial concepts into accessible insights. Understanding the capital market is crucial, not just for individual financial growth and security, but also for fostering sustainable and national development by channeling savings into productive investments. We aim to demystify how these markets operate and how everyday citizens can participate safely and effectively. Through engaging explanation, real-world examples, and practical guidance, we will explore the mechanisms that drive economic prosperity and offer actionable strategies for leveraging the capital market for both personal wealth creation and contributing to broader economic landscape. Well, first, there are several things that we're going to dive. First, understanding the basic. Second, personal investment strategies. Third, market impact and national development. And lastly, safe participation and regulation. So, if we're talking about capital markets, why the capital market matters? Capital markets are essential financial ecosystem that efficiently connect various savers, ranging from individual citizens looking to grow their personal wealth to large institutional investors such as pension funds and mutual funds. With long-term projects that demand significant capital, these projects include everything from innovative startup ventures seeking initial fund to expand, to established corporation aiming for major expansion, research and development, or new product launches. Beyond private enterprises, capital markets are also crucial for financing vital public infrastructure, enabling the construction of new schools, state-of-the-art hospitals, improved transportation networks, and sustainable energy projects that benefit entire communities. By channeling savings into these productive investments, capital markets directly stimulate economic activity, foster job creation, drive technological advancement, and ultimately contribute significantly to the growth and resilience of local economies. They empower business to innovate and expand, leading to a vibrant job market and increase opportunities with communities. Despite their profound importance in both personal finance and national development, public financial literacy regarding these markets often remains limited. This session is designed to bridge that gap, making the fundamental concept of the capital market clear and practical and directly relevant to your personal financial journey and the prosperity of our local community. So, we have four main session objectives. Well, first, there are understanding the capital markets whole. Well, this session aims to thoroughly explain the fundamental components, the function and of the capital market, differentiating between primary and secondary markets. We will delve into how these markets serve as a crucial mechanism for economic growth by connecting those with surplus capital, savers, and investors, with those who need for capital for long-term projects, businesses, and governments. Participants will gain a clear understanding of its significant benefits for individuals, such as wealth creation and retirement planning through diverse investment opportunities, and for communities, fostering job creation, funding public services, and driving overall economic development. We'll explore real-world examples of how capital markets facilitate innovation and expand local economies. Well, second, we improve financial literacy and empower investors. A core objective is to significantly enhance the financial knowledge of participants, providing them with the essential tools and concepts needed to navigate the investment landscape confidently. We will cover key investment principles such as diversification, asset allocation, and basic of different investment vehicles like stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. By building a strong foundation of understanding, this session will empower individuals to make more informed strategy and ultimately savor investment choices aligned with their financial goals. We'll discuss how to research potential investments, interpret financial information, and differentiate between sound opportunities and overly speculative ventures, helping to protect capital personal investment. And lastly, we will overcome the session with manage risk and identify fraudulent schemes. Understanding and managing risk is paramount in investing. This objective is designed to foster prudent and realistic attitudes towards investment risks, helping participants understand their own risk tolerance and the inherent risk associated with different asset classes. We will provide practical strategies to risk mitigation, including portfolio diversification and understanding market volatility. A critical component of this section will be dedicated to equipping participants with the knowledge and vigilance needed to identify and avoid fraudulent investment schemes. This included recognizing common red flags, understanding typical SAM tactics, conducting proper due diligence, and knowing where to report suspicious activities to protect their hard-earned money and ensure their financial security. We will discuss common pitfalls and offer actionable advice to stay safe in a complex financial world. Well, if we're talking about this, who should join them? Well, first, empowering individuals and smart businesses. This session benefits a broad audience eager to build financial knowledge and understanding the capital market's role in their lives, including local residents, micro and small enterprises, also known as UMKM, third, high school and vocational students, fourth, university students, non-academic programs or academic program can join also, and lastly, other community members. But if we're talking about the stakeholders, engaging community leaders and decision makers, this program is crucial for influential community figures who shape local and regional development. We encourage participation from, first, community stakeholders, individuals and groups involved in local governance and nonprofit organizations seeking to leverage financial resources for social and economic initiatives. Second, local leaders, elected officials, and representatives who can make more informed policy decisions, attract strategies investment, and fund critical infrastructure projects. And third and last, regional development planners, professionals responsible for strategic planning, gaining insight into fund flow for large-scale projects, and enhancing economic stability. Their participation is the key to building a financially resilient and informed community, driving collective and progress innovation for the community. Well, if we're talking about materials, what are the core materials? Well, here are the quick overviews. If we're talking about capital market, what is the capital market? The Indonesian capital market is a crucial financial ecosystem connecting individuals, businesses, and the government to facilitate capital flow for long-term growth. It's a marketplace where, first, fund seekers, also known as pencari dana in bahasa, companies and Indonesian government raise financing. Well, if we're talking about fund seekers, there are two. There are companies and there are government. If we're talking about companies, large industry corporations like PT Telkom Indonesia Persero, TBK, or PTS for International TBK issue stocks or bonds to fund major projects. For example, Telkom might issue 10,000 trillion rupiah for 5G expansion, or Astra might issue for 5 trillion rupiah for EV plants, driving economic activity and job creation. But if we're talking about government, the Indonesian government issues bonds like Surat Berharga Negara, also known as SBN, to financial critical public projects such as the Trans-Sumatera Toll Road, MRT Jakarta, or the new capital city, IKN. Well, so, second, there are fund holders or investors, individuals and institutions. Example criteria such as BPJS Ketenagakerjaan invest to savings in these securities expecting returns. These dynamic channels Indonesia savings into productive investment, stimulating economic development and offering wealth growth opportunities for community members. Well, there are four key instruments in the Indonesia capital market. Trade various financial instruments offering diverse risk return profiles such as, first, stock stocks, or also known as saham, represent ownership in publicly listed Indonesian companies. As a shareholder in PT Bank Central Asia (PBCA), you own a piece of the bank with potential capital appreciation. Example criteria from 9,000 rupiah to 10,500 per share rupiah, and dividends. BPCA has paid around 200 rupiah per share annually. Higher potential returns come with higher risk due to market fluctuations. Well, second, we have bonds, also known as obligasi, loans to Indonesia companies or to government. Buying an Indonesian government bond or ORI means lending money for a set period, example criteria such as 3 years, receiving regular interest payments, such as example criteria 6.5% per annum, meaning 650,000 rupiah annually for 10,000 rupiah million investment, and percentual return at maturity. Generally lower risk than stocks, providing fixed income but with typically lower returns. Well, third, we have mutual funds, also known as reksadana, professionally managed portfolios of Indonesian stocks, bonds, or other securities. Investors pool money to invest in diversified portfolios managed by experts. Example criteria such as Materi Administrasi. Small investors can start with as little as $10,000, 10,000 rupiah. Sorry, diversification helps mitigate risk that's suitable for beginners. Well, there are lastly suku, Syariah compliant financial certificates, popular in Indonesia. Suku represents ownership in underlying assets or project generating profit. Example criteria, Suku retail, known as SR, from state-owned asset with a return target around 6% per annum. Appeals to investors seeking ethical options in line with Islamic principles, typically with moderate risk. Each instrument caters to different investor goals and risk tolerance, helping Indonesian community members grow wealth responsibly through conventional or Sharia compliant means. Well, if you're looking at how to begin investation for long-term growth in Indonesia, first, all we have to do is we have to open investment at Securitas or APRD. Second, understanding your profile risk in a matter of OJK rules. Third, begins investation that you can feasible to do. And lastly, manage your assets. Next, we can talk about capital markets and local development. When local government and companies engage with capital markets with a strong commitment, responsibility, transparency, and sustainable development, they unlock crucial funding. This capital is then channeled into vital local infrastructures and social programs that directly benefit for communities. For instance, these funds can finance essential projects such as modernizing road networks, constructing new schools equipped with advanced learning facilities, or establishing robust micro-enterprise support system. This responsible engagement goes beyond mere funding. It mobilizes long-term capital that might otherwise remain static, converting it into dynamic investment. This process is instrumental in generating both direct and indirect job opportunities, ranging from construction workers and engineers to educators and small business owners. Ultimately, it transforms to the collective household savings of citizens and institutions into tangible, impactful community improvements, fostering economic growth and enhancing the overall quality of life. Now we're lastly going into the last section, risk, ethics, and avoiding scams for Indonesian investors. Investing in Indonesia capital market offers growth but demands acute awareness of risk and ethics. While OJK provides a robust regulatory framework, individual vigilance is paramount. This guide offers actionable steps to safeguard your investment and avoid common scams. Well, first, we have to verify and research thoroughly. Always cross-check financial service providers, investment products, or platforms with the official authorities Jasa Keuangan, known as OJK, website at www.ojk.go.id, and unregistered entities like Mimals or Robot Trading, example Gede Auto Trade Gold, Fahrenheit, operate illegally. Verify publicly traded securities on the Bursa Efek Indonesia, known as IDX, at www.idx.co.id. Unlisted shares are often fraudulent. Well, second, we have practice safe investing. Legitimate investment provide clear prospectuses detailing company management and risk factors, example criteria credit risk, market volatility. Be suspicious if you earn a variable or vague. Invest on only what you can afford to lose. All investment carry risks. No legitimate investment guarantees high returns like 30% per month. Recognize scam warning signs. Watch for red flags, unrealistic returns, and anti-loss guarantee. Example getting 10 to 30% per month. Pressure to recruit new investor or Ponzi scheme or pyramid schemes are like feeds with investors steady bottom and unsolicited offers from unknown sources and requests for upfront fees to release profits. There are the mutual and most likely investment scam red flag. And lastly, we have to report the suspected scams. If you suspect a scam or have been victimized, report it immediately to OJK's Consumer Protection Education Department via their contact center at 157, WhatsApp at 081 157 157 and 157, or email at consumen@ojk.go.id. Well, we believe that after we share these tremendous and tremendous materials, we expected output and next. Well, we have to divide these outputs into three times or three timelines. First, we have short term, we have medium term, and we have long terms. Passion, foundational knowledge, and researchers. Within the initial weeks following the workshop, we anticipate a significant increase in the basic understanding of capital markets among participants. This includes clarified definition of gain investment, improved awareness of legal investment avenues, and recognize common financial scam, enhanced comprehension of personal financial planning principles, including budgeting and saving. Well, second, on medium term, engagement and community building. Over the next 3 to 6 months, we expect to observe a measurable shift towards higher interest in safe, productive investment opportunities. This will be characterized by increased inquiries at local banks and investment firms regarding government bonds, regulated mutual funds, and micro investment platforms. Second, we have initiation of small-scale community-led investment clubs focused on shared learning and ethical investment practices. And lastly, a notable reduction in participation in informal or unregulated investment schemes, reflecting a more discerning approach or financial decision. Well, lastly, long-term sustainable growth and regional impact. Looking ahead at 6 to 12 months and beyond, the ultimate goal is to achieve stronger community participation in regional development through transparent, well-governed investment. This profound impact will manifest as such as increase local capital channeled into productive sectors such as agricultural small and medium enterprises and local infrastructures projects. Well, second, enhance economic resilience within the community with individuals better equipped to manage financial shocks and plan for the future prosperity. And lastly, a more active role of informed citizen in advocating for sound financial policies and holding institutions accountable for ethical investment and practices. The cumulative effect will be a more vibrant local economy built on a foundation of financial literacy and response, capital allocation, driving sustainable development that benefits all community members. This includes fostering entrepreneurship, job creation through accessible and trusted investment mechanism. Well, that's all for today, guys. And hopefully, after you all learned and heard what the necessary step that you need to take in order for you to begin your small steps entering the capital markets. That's all from me. My name is Daffa Syafiq Nurjaman with student's ID number 12280100464. Thank you and see you on the next video.